Hey, everybody. It is Miss Motivational Mogul Mindset, Avis Cherie, and I'm coming back for a Fibro Fighter and Chronic Pain Chronicles. Today, I'm coming to talk about my most recent neurological appointment. And I had my Botox injections because I had not been seen since January 28th because of the pandemic. My April 28th appointment was canceled, and then my July 28th appointment was canceled because I had to get a COVID test and wait on the results. Long story short, I'm not going to go into detail, but I had a mishap happen at my neurologist's doctor's office. As a consequence, I had to write a grievance and put a grievance in with the department heads and patient relations at the Neurology Associates Center that I attend here in Delaware through Christiana Hospital. As a result of that patient relations email, and assistance, I was seen by my neurologist today. It was a very quick turnaround. I'm not going to go into detail respectfully because I'm not here to give a review. What I will say is this: do not speak from emotion. Plan of action to address my issue of not being seen and treated, or just the courteousness of following up with me to find out what was going on, because I had some severe things going on, some very alarming things going on, some stroke-like symptoms going on. I've told you about that before. I had some incidences that has happened that required, feedback, aggressive strategy, devising a plan, and these things were overlooked until today, and I'm grateful. So when you go, try not to, through your chronic pain, approach your doctors from an emotional standpoint. A lot of people are not public speakers. A lot of people are not effective writers. Sometimes we don't know how to communicate. A few of my gifts are communication. My gift is writing. I understand it's my gift. I'm able to articulate in very tumultuous times, and God gives me the skill sets to do that. And I get that because I do it for a lot of people that fear that they can't do it. But what I want to encourage you to do today is to write things down as in a simplified state that you can. And as you see, I'm slurring because I'm in a lot of pain, and these are some of the effects and symptoms that I've had over the course of the 7 months that I've gone unseen and untreated. And I don't let it stop me from speaking and encouraging and motivating people, because where I speak and encourage and motivate people from is a place of in my spirit. It's what God gives me to speak to others. It's not for me to formulate. Every time I speak is never scripted. So get to a place of simplicity. Adjust our mode of thinking and not speak from an emotional, irrational state. But what you want to do is simplify what it is. What is that trigger? What happened? What did you eat? What did you not eat? What word, what adjective best describes what you're feeling, what you're going through? What time was it of the day? What environment were you around? What did you ingest? Okay? I want you to always take a step back and simplify your process. Don't try to overspeak, overword it. Don't try to overstand it. Just simplify your process, because you're already dealing with excruciating and oftentimes debilitating pain. And when I went to approach my grievance, what I will say is this: I did not do it when I was at a heightened temperament. I prayed and asked God to lead me as He always does in my approach to people, in my approach to use His gift that He gave me, which is the gift of words. So I don't want to ever misuse my gifts, even when it's about me, even when I'm scared, even when I don't know what the medical prognosis or diagnosis will and the outcome will be. I still have to abide in the spirit, and which is the attributes of Christ: patience, kindness. I have to look objectively towards what that person may not been going through, and I have to also guard myself, and I have to ask God to help me with that, because it's not always like that. I snapped out internally to my family, like, oh my God, I'm so dismayed, I'm so disappointed, because I was in so much pain, guys. It was daily migraines. No one's body is built to deal with that type of trauma daily. No one can function with that amount of intensity, and there's no forewarning, there's no onset trigger. This is just coming at you because it never ended. If you suffered any type of chronic pain, sinus headaches, it's just something that has to be monitored. And what was interesting also is that I know other people that suffer migraines and other people that have chronic pain issues, especially pertaining to different things in their back, their neck, or migraines and head pain. They're not under the care of a neurologist. So a lot of them look to me, and these are family and friends that looked to me, and I thought, when I was trying to get a new neurologist, I'm calling around looking for a referral, and I didn't realize that my loved ones are going untreated. They don't have neurologists. For whatever reason, it's not for insurance, it's for whatever reason, they didn't have one. And so I realized that they looked to me and my treatment to kind of navigate their own chronic pain. And you never know, when we say God has assigned angels to you, we never know what form we come in, because my prognosis and my diagnosis and my treatment is an angelic message to somebody else to give them hope, to say, okay, if Avis Cherie can do this, if she can muster the strength to do that, if she can serve, if she can be patient, if she can rebound well from her pain days, then I can too. And if not, I can ask her what regimen she's on so I can know what to consider when my doctor offers me things. That's angelic messages. Those are people that we should be grateful to be connected to. Just know that it's somebody you can pick up the phone and call if you have questions, or if you need to talk about, then you're like, okay, what did you do? What cocktail did they have you on? What was the formality? What was the protocol and processes of what you've gone through? So I can know how to weave out what I need and what I don't need, and what I need to consider, and what I need to talk to my doctor about. So I understand that I am a voice for the voiceless when it comes to chronic pain, fibromyalgia, motivational, inspirational. A lot of people don't know I go through all of this. That's why I made my Fighter Fibro and Chronic Pain Chronicles, because maybe on one click of a video, you'll be able to articulate and understand how you can approach and start to set goals for yourself, to be able to relate to your doctor what it is that you've been experiencing and put it in words. I don't always simplify my words, and I pray that you'll understand it and be able to receive it and be in your spiritual ear to hear it. But if not, just for you, my gem today is simplify your process. If you're struggling with anything in life, especially chronic pain, simplify every process as possible. Don't add nothing. Don't put no stank on it. Don't put more on it. You don't have to overstate what you're going through. You don't have to exaggerate what you're going through, but be honest with yourself so that you can translate that honesty and sincerity to your doctors. So today I did the Botox injections. My husband, my family, and I agreed that I needed them. I have been untreated again for 7 months. Nothing. Let's speed up to today. Back to my neurologist, who is a very high level graded neurologist. So it's very hard to replace her. So I wanted to get things resolved, but it wasn't on my end that needed to resolve. We amicably had a great appointment and met each other in the middle. In respect to her profession, I have to trust her. And I expressed to her that I desire to trust her. And so we're going to do the aggressive steps that we agreed upon, which is an MRI, an MRA test for MS. And in the meanwhile, while that appointment is coming and those test results come back, today I got my Botox, as well as I'll be on prednisone, to the steroid to arrest the migraine so that the Botox can come in and work. I hope that makes sense. Steroid arrests your system to let other things get back, recalibrated. Also, I will be taking the Emgality. And you wondering why I'm taking everything now versus before when I tried it and didn't like it. I am untreated. I realized again that my body and the stroke symptoms far more outweighed my opinion of one medicine. I cannot manage this level of intensity and destructive afflictions on my body day to day. I have not found the natural remedy yet. And I say yet because I believe, again, that our body has a natural spiritual healing mechanism. I know it to be true. When God uses me to heal, I lay hands on people and they are healed. I should say that. I tried to lay hands on myself. It didn't work because my channel must be off with me because I be so intense. And, you know, God is going to send somebody to do that for me. So I already kind of understand that God's process with that. So I'm all right with that. I'm great with being a vessel. And when he says lay hands, I lay hands and they are healed. I'm fine with that. Just knowing that he's working through me, I know he's going to work on my behalf. So I'm going to say that because that's very serious. It's not funny to me. But I have tried on countless occasions to lay hands on myself. And yeah, no. So not all the time does it work. And I think that just has a lot to do with my overthinking. And, you know, like, okay, I want to get rid of this migraine. You realize that you're operating in the spirit, but you're telling yourself you're doing something. Versus when you're going and you're hearing in the spirit and your spirit is aligned with where God is leading you to lay hands on that person, and that energy coming from your spirit to lay hands and heal someone is totally different when you're doing it on yourself. So you energy healers, you Reiki healers, I know you all understand where I'm at with that. So we have to all have a clear channel. All right. So I'm waiting on my angels to come, my healers to come. But in the meanwhile, I know I am healed. So all of that to say, I am scheduled. I will be having an MRI testing for MS next Friday on the 28th of August. My birthday is September 2nd. However, I have a lot of things and all the doctor's appointments in between time. I also have new primary that I'm going to check out on September 1st that I was referred to by a family member. So that's pretty cool. Always keep your options open. Now, after the prednisone, my neurologist did tell me that if the tests come back alarming or the prednisone doesn't do what it's supposed to do and the rest of, you know, migraines get them under manageability where the Botox can work, there may be a more further treatment, more aggressive treatment, which would be something like an infusion. And an infusion is a cocktail that's put into your system through IV. And you stay in a hospital and or you can do outpatient. So I will come to you if that gets to that point. I don't want to even start spewing out what I don't know much more about. I just found out about this maybe a few hours ago. So we're going to see. So since I had the TIA earlier this year, I haven't regained strength and mobility, full strength and mobility on my left side. She did test that. She did notice the more strength on my right than my left. She did all the, you know, motion tests and everything in office, just to pull in her fingers, lifting my leg and stuff like that. I can't really hold a coffee mug with this hand, so that lets you know how weak it is. Yeah, so thank God I'm right-handed. I type, I write. I can't really feel the keys on this hand, and doing stuff like that, like pinching myself, is really like not even there, kind of, sort of. So let's see. I think that's it. I haven't been here in a while, and I just really wanted to make this vlog before I go lay down because I'm very tired now. And I just ate my breakfast. I'm trying to eat, Lord knows, don't skip no meals if you're already in the chronic pain lane. Don't skip no meals. And if you have children that are, you know, you're worried about things translating to them hereditarily, remind them not to skip. Remind your loved ones, period, not to skip. I never used to eat breakfast, but I'm just saying, get a handful of grapes, get a handful of peanuts, get a handful of grain, get a breakfast bar, get a half a bagel, just get something. You've actually not had anything overnight, so you need to get up and feed your body to that NutriBurst of, because you're going into motion, you're going into working, you're going into thinking, you're going into answering calls, you're going into power drive, you're driving, you're using your visual, you're using your limbs. So you need to nourish those limbs that's been laying dormant for however many hours of sleep you've had. You want to awaken them refreshed, okay? So always refresh them, nourish them, and do everything that you can to make sure that you're exercising that and that you're paying attention to those things, because you want to offset the long-term aftermath. All right, so that is today's August 18th Chronic Chronicle. And I pray that this is very educational for you. I pray that you understand everything that I'm saying to you. And I also pray that you receive simplicity in your life. You don't need to make anything more complex than it is. You don't have to put no stank on it. You don't have to add nothing to it. You don't have to overstate anything. Simple is best when you can only say a few things. Like, simple is best when you don't need to say a lot, okay? Take it from me. I talk a lot sometimes, but I be trying to teach. So, you know how it is. I pray that this rests in your spirit for understanding and clarity. I pray that God sends your angels of protection and his healing virtue down on you where you at right now. And I pray that you are lifted out of pain, and that you get up and you mount up and you come up with all renewed energy and strength, so that you can put your best foot forward into pursuit of your perfect health. All right, until next time, God's love to you, God's peace to you. Ava Shereen.